Hello, everybody, and happy Monday night. This is Ellen Wynn's Team Zoom. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, my name is Harlequin Murray. I am your co-host this evening, as I usually am every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we're excited that you're here, especially if this is your first time. Um, we are super happy to have you here and glad that you're taking the initiative to get some training and so that you get started on the right foot. But anyways, just for those of you who are new here and are not familiar with Ellen, just a little bit of her background. She is originally from Dallas, Georgia, not Texas, although she did grow up on a farm. So anyway, Dallas is just outside of the Atlanta area. And once she got out of school, she went into the restaurant industry, worked in the restaurant industry for many years, worked her way up the corporate chain with a corporate restaurant, worked for Domino's Pizza, and was a district director and a training manager for them. And then she decided, you know what? I can do this and I can do it better, and started her own pizza restaurant and owned a couple of different pizza restaurants and was very successful with that. And, with that, she gained a lot of knowledge. She is familiar with how businesses work, what happens to a business owner, and, all of the challenges and trials and tribulations of that. So she can relate to a lot of our business owner clients. But at one point, she was introduced to network marketing. I believe it was about 20 years ago, and she became very successful in that. I actually met her. She was one of my upline leaders in a company, and she was actually the national training director for that company. So she has a lot of experience in the training arena, but she has been with DAC for 5.5 years now and has done a phenomenal job. She's an area director and has a huge organization that she has built, and it's very successful. But anyways, we are fortunate to have her as our leader and to be able to tie into her training skills and her business skills. And without further ado, Miss Ellen, can you go ahead and take it away?
I can. Thank you, Harlequin. And thank you guys for showing up. I know we're 1 week away from Christmas today. Crazy. And I have to say this, I was looking at today's date. Today, if my dad were still alive, he would be 103 years old. Man, does that make me feel older, not old. Dad was in his 40s when I was born, but just kind of looking back in retrospect. But we're real glad to have you here. If this is the first time you've joined us, welcome. We're excited to have you here. It's a great time to be a part of DAC. If you're coming back around, welcome back. It's an even better time to be getting back involved with DAC. We've got a lot of great things happening, and I want to go ahead and get us kicked off into SlideShare mode, go through some information that I've put together that you guys will want to hear. And if you don't already have a pen and paper, I encourage you to grab something to write on. We're going to do some exercises here in a few minutes, and it's going to require that you participate and you write down some things as we go along. Okay, so let me get us in SlideShare mode and kicked off as a reminder of why DAC is such an incredible opportunity. DAC is an 8-year-old company. We started in 2015 based out of Michigan. David Rutz is our founder. A lot of people call him David Allen. Well, his full name is David Allen Rutz. Hence the name of the company, David Allen, right? But David Rutz is our company founder. He's the guy with the goatee that you see in all the training. And he is really a stand-up guy. He's the reason that I'm here, because I see the vision for the company. I believe in the vision for the company, and I've really gotten to know the man behind all of the presentations there through many, many conversations. And I just know that we are going to be a legendary company, and we want you to be a part of that, right? So DAC is now moving into our phase 2 growth, and we're poised for some massive growth because of the release of a brand new program, which we're going to talk about tonight. We're looking for people who are self-starters and who are motivated, who want to have a successful side business or turn it into a full-time business with us inside the protection of the DAC business model. So you'll be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Now, building your DAC affiliate agency program, you can earn significant income through personal clients. Some of our clients are going to pay bonuses. Some of those services are. All of them are going to pay residuals in some form or fashion. You can make a lot of money building the business on your own, but if you really want to make even more money, we encourage you to build a team, because that's where you can multiply your effort. So talking about team building, let's go into the top recruiters for this past week, for December the 11th through the 17th. In first place, we had DeAnthony Thomas. DeAnthony had 7 new recruits. Way to go, DeAnthony. Second place, we had Eric Johnson. We had 3-way tie, actually, with Eric Johnson, Michael Sullivan, and Ronnie McKellar. Each had 3 new recruits. Congratulations, guys. Way to go there. And in 5th place, we had a 4-way tie with Anthony Janis, Ghulam Mahmood, Paul Williams, and Sean McConaughey. Congratulations to all of you guys. Hopefully I got your names right. To get on the leaderboard, you had to have 2 or more recruits to be named on the leaderboard. But all in all, we had an uptick in recruiting. We had 36 agents this week who had at least 1 new recruit. That's up from last week, where we only had 23 people that were engaged in the recruiting process. So really excited to see those numbers, exciting to see 36 agents having success with conversations about the business opportunity, right? Now, building your DAC business. DAC first started out with business funding. That's our flagship program, and that's what we've been known for 8 years. We had business funding as our first and only program for a long time, and then we added payment processing, which has now evolved into a huge platform. Our business funding is one of the largest funding platforms in North America, where we're partnered with over 50 of the top reputable lenders in the alternative capital space. We're not a bank, neither are our lenders, but we have the best lending platform for anybody who cannot get funded through their bank, any business owner who can't get funded through the bank. Our payment processing is the same thing. We've got a payment processing platform where we guarantee we're going to bring back the best rate to a business owner that's looking to eliminate or lower their payment processing or credit card processing fees. Okay. We also have consumer services, and this is where we're really poised for massive growth. With our new release of our flat rate pharmacy program, we believe we're going to put on 1 million plus customers in the next 12 months, and you get to be a part of that. That means that there's going to be a lot of money changing hands through the DAC business model. We also have a state-of-the-art health share program that works exactly like insurance. It's not insurance. It's even better, in my opinion, and it's about 60% less than traditional insurance. We also have an ID protection program that works like LifeLock, has some of the same features and benefits at a lower cost. So we got a great consumer service lineup. And also, because of those consumer services, that also goes into the B2B side. So in addition to payment processing, we have the employee retention tax credit, which is still alive and well. There's a lot of money in that program, as is business funding. And then we have our health share and our flat fee RX. Both of those can be marketed to small businesses or large businesses. Any size organization can take advantage of our flat rate pharmacy and healthcare product. And then we also have a payroll card advance that allows people to access their earned wages before payday without paying any interest fees. So let's talk about how DAC is so unique. One, it's free to get started, no cost, no monthly cost. We give you all the tools that you need outside of print material. There's no licensing or experience required. And every one of our services is supported by industry experts who are going to help onboard your customers. You simply refer your potential clients to your personalized website that DAC provides you for free, and then they can take the client from there. There will be some hand holding along the way, making sure that they make it all the way to the step to get to that customer service rep on the other side of the service. And we're going to talk about some of that tonight to make sure that you're not leaving them in between filling out a form on your site and getting over to the service experts. But again, you're going to be a business for yourself, but not by yourself. Now, let's talk about compensation, because I know you're here to make money, right? Especially in this economy. Man, things just are going through the roof. I stopped at Chick-fil-A, which you probably have Chick-fil-A across the country here. If not in your state, I'm sure you've heard of it. It is a huge chain of restaurants here. It's the best quality fast food that we have in our local community. It's about the only fast food that I'll eat, but a meal for 2 people at Chick-fil-A was $25. And I'm going, when did fast food get to be so expensive? And it's because of the inflation rate that we're seeing right now. But because of that, people are looking for ways to make extra money from home, from wherever, or they're looking for career moves and career shifts. So real quick on the compensation plan, we have many complex layers in our comp plan, but it basically boils down to getting paid 2 different ways. One, we either have services that pay one-time bonuses, which will be your funding services, line of credit, the employee retention, and then also the Relevate pay card pays a one-time bonus. And then some of our services are going to pay a recurring monthly residual. All of our healthcare, our flat fee RX, our ID Protect, and Relevate, and our payment processing all fuel into the residual income piece there. But all of our services, even those that pay bonuses, are going to contribute to the residual compensation plan. Residual money is money that keeps coming over and over and over again after having brought the customer to the company one time. And residual income is really where you can make a fortune in this industry. Now, all the different layers, we have bonuses, residual income. You can also earn car allowances, expense accounts, revenue sharing, and even earn shares in the company. But it all starts with you starting out building a personal customer base. Guys, I'll just tell you right now, if you're not here and willing to get customers, you will never make money with DAC, okay? You cannot buy your way into qualifications like you can with some companies, and you can't get started for free and recruit a bunch of other people for free and you not get customers and get paid, because you have to have some personal volume to be eligible, qualified to earn on what your team does. If we didn't have qualifications in place, everybody would just sign up for free, hoping that everybody else would sign up for free and hoping that somewhere along the line, somebody would get customers and everybody would make money. And it doesn't work that way. Okay. So you got to get good at getting customers. So to help you learn more and become a pro, we do weekly training sessions, and these are all about 30-minute trainings. Tomorrow, we've got healthcare with Jake. He does an overview, bits and pieces every week, something different. Jake is a great trainer. He's got a huge, tremendous background in sales. So you want to dial in and listen to what Jake shares with you on healthcare. Tuesdays, 11:30 at Eastern time at daczoom.com. And then on Wednesday, if you're focused on funding, or even if you're not focused on it, you need to learn you need to have bits and pieces of everything that we do. So when the opportunity arises, as Jake says, have your head on a swivel and you can switch the conversation to providing a solution to what the customer is needing. But Wade Cordell, who heads up our Bank Breezy funding, is in charge of our training on Wednesday. And again, that's about a 30-minute, sometimes it's only 15-minute training there. And then on Friday, we'll hear our weekend agent update with David Rutz. Now, we're rolling into next week being Christmas, so we will not be having this team Zoom next Monday. That'll be Christmas. So go ahead and mark your calendars that we're taking that day off. Okay. All right. So let's talk about how your business is looking. And this is simply a reflection of when you open up your back office and open up that dashboard. What I have here in the red box, this is a reflection of how your business is looking. Now, you can look up at the top and you can see here personal agents, personal customers, total agents, and commissions. That's a huge reflection too, because if you've not made any money, then your business is not totally headed in the right direction. You can have a team of agents, Okay, total agents in your group. But if you have a group of agents, but you haven't made any money, then your business is not really growing yet, right? If you don't have personal customers, then your business is not really growing yet. You can have a team that's moving and growing. And like I said, you've got to get qualified. So if you're not making money and you don't have personal customers, no matter how big your organization grows to be, you will never make money here outside of your first 90 days when you're automatically qualified to earn some commissions on what other people do. But outside of that, you got to go get customers yourself. So your business in the red box here, engaged qualified, amped up qualified, that's all funding related. Your rank, and this is a screenshot of a training back office that I did. This is not my actual back office. How many personal agents, how many personal customers, your status is active, and that's going to be active. But here's where you want to look: your monthly personal bonus revenue, monthly personal residual revenue. Those two numbers are indicative of how your business is going in the current month. Okay. If you have anybody in your team and you're seeing this month's group bonus revenue or this month's group residual revenue, if you have anybody in your team and you don't have at least 50 in personal residual revenue points, you're leaving money on the table. Okay. So I want to go through, David covered this today, but I always saw when he was going through the training was this cover page. He thought that the slide was going through. So I want to take you through what he was covering. If you guys were on there, the RVP go-getters, and this is our Monday leadership call, which typically has been the leadership locker room. But David said, look, don't come to these calls if you don't want to head towards RVP by the end of 2024. The RVP plan is going to put you in a position where you can earn well over a six-figure income if you're working towards getting to RVP. So I want to take you through this, and this is where you're going to need the pen and paper, okay? And I want you to write this down on your side. I'm going to show you where to find this, or I'll send the link out later. David probably has already sent it out to everybody that's on RVP list. But question number one, when would you like to resign from your job, or when would you like to retire, depending on what your situation is, right? Less than a year, 1 to 2 years from now, 2 to 4 years, 4 to 7, 7 to 10, or 10 or more years down the road. So just write down that number for question number one. Okay. That shouldn't be hard and shouldn't take a whole lot of thought there. I know I have that number, and most of you on here probably do. Question number two that you're going to write an answer down. How much monthly income would you need to live comfortably? Okay, so think about how much money you're making right now, how much your bills are right now, and at the end of the month, when you've paid all of your bills, do you have as much money left over at the end of the month as you would like? Or do you have more month left than you have money? A lot of people are short on money and can't pay their entire bills, and they're running behind or living on credit card debt. What is that number that you would need to live comfortably? Pay all of your bills, have enough money left over to do whatever it is that you want, not feel like you're stressed about your finances. Is it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000 or more? Okay, write that number down, because that's the number that we want to shoot for you to be able to retire. And I want you to be able to make that number for 6 months in a row consistently before you retire from DAC. All right, now question number three. How much money would you need to have invested to achieve this monthly income goal? So let's say that for you to live comfortably, you need $8,000 a month. Okay, 8,000. You're going to take that number, 8,000, and which is answer from number two, times 200. Okay, for me, if I'm using 8,000 as the example, if I'm wanting to have $8,000 coming to me without me working and without having DAC income, I would need $1.6 million in the bank to be able to live off of the interest of my investment there. And that's assuming 6% interest. Okay. So if your number is 5,000, then you'd need $1 million in the bank to be able to live off of the interest that your savings is producing. And guys, I'm here to tell you, if you don't have that type of money sitting in savings, which most people don't, in fact, a large percentage of Americans don't even have $400 in savings. If that is you, okay, then here's your opportunity with DAC to change that number. One, we can do it in two different ways. One, you can start building a residual income with DAC and our compensation plan that'll pay you month after month, and that number can continue to grow as your business grows. Also, when you start earning a much higher income than you've ever earned in your life, then you've got money that you can start putting aside to investments or to that retirement investment egg or nest, right? So DAC really is a great solution to that for those who are looking for retirement. I personally don't have what I want in a retirement fund. I went through it when I was running my restaurants. I drained my 401k to open a additional location with my restaurant, and I never put that money back. So I've been working and reinvesting my money in my business, but I haven't been reinvesting in my future. So I'm counting on DAC for that retirement income for myself. So let's talk about the weekly goals, and this is going to lead back to you getting personal customers, okay? We're leading with the RX program, and your first goal should be to go get 5 customers, okay? From looking in the organization, there may be a couple of you that have hit that goal, but that's it. So a lot of you have a lot of work to do to just get your first 5 customers, okay? Get your first 5 customers. That's your first goal, and that should be in 1 week. And then your next goal is to get 5 more. So you have a total of 10. Because as we go through these numbers, if you'll recall last week, I gave the example and showed you the 2 pages in the compensation plan, page 16 and page 9, that really tell the story about where your personal customer points or qualifying volume is going to take you through the compensation plan. I heard a log fall. I was making sure my fire is okay back there. All right, so page 16 and page 9, that's the story of what your customers are going to do to move you through the compensation plan. All right, so the first chart there at the top shows you your qualifying volume, which happens to be the same as the residual revenue that's provided for each customer you bring on. And then the second chart is the 7-level compensation plan. So the first rank in the comp plan, remember I said earlier, if you're looking at your business from the dashboard, if you have people in your team that are getting customers and you don't have 50 points of your own, you're letting money just slip on by you, okay? 50 points makes you a qualified agent, and it makes you eligible to earn 3 levels deep on your team. That's it, 50 points. You can get 50 points, 50 residual revenue dollars, I should say. You can have 1 ClearShare customer and 1 RX, or you can have those 5 RX customers. That is really the goal, to go get 5 RX customers. 5 RX customers is simple. It's immediate when somebody signs up, and it's something that everybody can do. Healthcare, those plans are great, but it's a longer sales cycle, okay? All right, the next goal is to get 10 RX customers to get you to 100 points, and have team activity building to 250 between what your team is doing. 250 would be 25 RX customers between your whole group, okay? 3 different legs growing. And then you want to get to area trainer, where you have 1,000 points, and that's a combination of RX points, healthcare, some fundings may be in there, some payment processing customers. Again, everything that we do contributes to the compensation plan, the residual revenue, and towards your moving through the ranks. And then you want to get to regional trainer. When you have 200 points and 5,000 in your team, then you're earning on 7 levels deep. So there's a lot of money in the compensation plan. But again, it boils back to you getting the conversation started. So, let me see. Did I skip a slide? Give me 1 second. I thought I had RX up there first. I think I did. I think I hit it. Okay, let me see. I've got it here. Okay, we are stop share. Let me go back to getting the conversation started. And I'm going to talk real briefly about healthcare because that fits into what we're doing. I was not going to exclude it. And then I've got RX next. So I'll go through the healthcare real quick. Okay, getting the healthcare conversation started. And this is where we started back in August because that's when we first launched this program. We just launched the RX program on November the 17th. So we had August, September, October, 3.5 months we've been doing healthcare before we brought the RX plan into the program, right? So what I've been doing from day one is, hey, what are you guys doing for healthcare? Or what is your company doing for healthcare? Just asking a conversation to get the conversation started. And when somebody answers the question, I will respond by saying, well, we've got a phenomenal program. It's typically about 60% less expensive than traditional healthcare. Are you guys open to getting a quote, or do you think your company might be open to getting some more information or getting a quote to see how much we could save you? That type of conversation, okay? It starts with the DAC Healthcare. Your davidallencapital.com website has a healthcare division link in the top right corner for those that are just now getting caught back up on what we have to offer. It has its own separate domain address, dachealthcare.com. So if you want to market just the healthcare and RX programs separately, they have their own domain that is healthcare related and not David Allen Capital related. Okay. Although you can get to healthcare from the David Allen Capital page, I like having just dachealthcare.com as a standalone healthcare division of our company. Okay, so you go there, and then let's go down to the flat fee RX first. Okay, when you click on that, that opens up on the homepage here. You can take someone to any page of this website. You can have it open anywhere you want it to. You simply click on the page, and when you click on the page, let me go back. When you click on the page, just whatever page opens up, just add your ID number to the end of the link, and then you can send that particular page out as a lead page. Okay. All right. Getting the conversation started on the RX plan. Do you know anyone who's spending over $20 a month on prescription medications? Or if it's a family that you're talking to, or a family that's spending over 30, right? Those are the numbers, and those are the questions that you ask to get the conversation started. If they say yes, then say, well, hey, we're working with a nationwide pharmacy who's wanting to take the greed out of pharmaceuticals and have a flat rate where you can get unlimited generic medications for a low flat monthly fee, right? You send them to dachealthcare.com/RX/your ID number, which is the page we just looked at. And that takes them through where they can go get more information, and they can sign up on your website to get the membership started. The individual plans. I went through the question a minute ago. I want to take you through the sign up on that real quick. Somebody's going to fill out the form on your David Allen Capital Healthcare or DAC Healthcare site. When they fill out that form, it's going to put them as a lead in your system. You're going to receive an email that says, congratulations, a new HealthShare client has just started the process. Okay. That's what you receive as the referring agent when someone goes through your form that has your ID attached to the end of it. Oh, I see something I need to correct. Disregard this. I need to update that. That was the link that we started with, and it's DAC Healthcare now. Okay. So when they go in, you're going to get that. How does our health share work? Well, it's not insurance, so therefore we don't have to be licensed, but it works exactly like insurance. The member signs up, they're going to receive a benefits card in the mail, and they're going to have an app on their phone that has a benefits card where they can show it to provider, they can show it to the pharmacy to get medications. They'll be able to look up, to search the network to find providers for day-to-day care. We have in-network for day-to-day. And then when it comes to emergency care, major surgery, major procedures, there's no network limitations on our plan. And that's phenomenal. We work in all 50 states nationwide, and our plan even covers you when you're traveling internationally. It's hard to find that with a traditional insurance company, especially if somebody's buying their healthcare through healthcare.gov. The member then takes that benefits card, goes to the doctor of their choice. They present the membership card to their provider. The provider puts it in the system just like you would anytime you get new healthcare coverage or new insurance, right? Again, this isn't insurance, but it works exactly like it. The provider will collect a copay if it's applicable. If it's preventative care, it's included for free on most of our plans, or there's a $20 copay for basic visits. They'll collect a copay if applicable. Then you see the doctor, and then after your visit, the provider is going to bill the plan administrator, which is Clearwater Benefits, and then that member later is going to receive an explanation of benefits, or an EOB, in the mail, which is a summary of benefits that were covered, what the bill was, what the healthcare plan paid, and if there's any portion left for the member to pay. So exactly like your insurance in the past would work, that's how our health share plan works. Now, what you want to do when somebody has filled out that form on the DAC healthcare page, it takes them over to DAC healthcare co-branded page. And you want to make sure that you're taking your client from that filling out the form where you got the lead. As soon as you get that, I like calling the customer to say, hey, Ellen Winn here with DAC Healthcare. I see that you started, you filled out the form on my website. I wanted to check in and see how far you got. Were you able to request a quote? If they say no, I'll say, well, hey, do you have just a minute right now? We'll take you through and get a quote real quick. And then you can do that on the phone with them. You can go to DAC or cleardac.com, and it'll take you over to the page where you can get a quote. Don't go there unless they've gone through your page, because you want to make sure they're in the DAC hemisphere, but you can go in and do the quote process for them. Okay. Once you do that, then when they've gotten a quote, the client is going to start receiving these types of emails from Clearwater. Now they're in the follow-up sequence from Clearwater. Until they get a quote or until they schedule a call with Clearwater, nobody's following up with them. So if you've done that on your own site and you go, well, nobody's called me, did you take the next step and get a quote or schedule a call? Because if you didn't, that's why nobody's called you. You're just still in the gathering your own information stage. But now the follow-up sequence starts, and they're going to be getting emails. They're going to be getting text message follow-ups, more emails, and another offering to book a meeting, another follow-up text, and so on. So they'll be in that follow-up sequence that helps you stay in touch with a client. So I'm going to go off a screen share here. I know you guys have got some questions. We've had several things come up with our RX plan, some different scenarios where people have gone to a local pharmacy. I have one myself where I have a new agent who came in, got started in the plan. He immediately, his daughter ended up sick, took her to the doctor, got a prescription from the doctor, went to the pharmacy to use the acute side of our RX plan. And his pharmacy did not want to take the card. Harlequin, you had a question on one of those too, didn't you?
On which one?
On one of those cards that got presented at the pharmacy?
Yeah,
I'll go ahead and finish the story that I'm on. You can think of that one. So
okay.
anyway, we presented the card at the local pharmacy, and the pharmacist said, oh, we don't take that. We don't take any discount cards. Well, he was a new member and wasn't sure how it worked, right? He just had signed up for it. Then he said, well, there's a customer service number on here. Can you call them? And they're going, no, we're not calling them. So his local pharmacy just refused to even call to figure out how it worked, right? So he called me, or he texted me, and he said, hey, just tried to use it and they wouldn't take it. So after talking through, I found out that it wasn't our card. It wasn't our program's fault. Is pharmacy wasn't willing to take the steps of customer service, right? So, it's kind of an education process there in the beginning, making sure that you know how the program works and being ready to guide your client through the next step. So what I suggested is that he go back and talk to the pharmacy and get them to call and get customer service to call, or maybe you can call customer service, and customer service on our end at My Free Pharmacy, call his pharmacy and say, hey, yeah, you should have taken the card, get them to agree to it. And maybe the pharmacy would refund the $40 that he paid when he shouldn't have paid, because that drug was on the free formulary. And that's how it should have been free to him when he went. But Harlequin, you did have a couple of examples of folks that were trying to use the card. They didn't know they were looking for My Free Pharmacy when it's actually America's Pharmacy Source that
Right.
is the provider with the member plan.
Yeah, the way you asked the question, I thought you said you personally have a story. I don't take any medication, so I'm not on the plan. But one of my team members had gone and was trying to get pricing on a couple of the medications that are not free. He's got an account with CVS, and he went in and they couldn't find it in their system. So I gave him some of the examples that you gave, and I suggested that he, if nothing else, try and call the pharmacy hotline to get them to figure out where it fits in. But he did not know that it was America's Pharmacy Source, because I don't think he had received his initial package yet. It's not on there. The card, he texted me a copy of his card. The card on the top of it is for acute formulary for the pharmacy, and then on the bottom, it's the chronic formulary, and it instructs them to contact America's Pharmacy Source and for the doctor to put the prescription through there. But it does not say America's Pharmacy Source up on the top of the card.
Right, on the acute card, yep.
On the acute card. It's all on the same thing, but it's kind of buried down in the middle of the other part. So just so you can let your clients know, maybe highlight that, and that'll make it easier for them. But yeah, he was trying to get pricing on Ozempic and Jardiance, which are two very popular diabetes medications
And very expensive.
and very
Yeah.
expensive. So
Awesome.
yeah, he's hoping both he and his wife are on, I think, at least one of those. So he's
Well,
hoping.
guys, if you've got questions or comments, please, now's your time to talk this stuff through. I'll tell you, another comment that we had was, people are hesitant to sign up because they're not sure whether it'll work or not. Come on, it's $20, right? Sign up for it, go through the first month and see how it works. And if it doesn't work for you, cancel it, right? I had some feedback that a couple of people were saying, well, I might pay for somebody's membership or I might contribute to it. Don't start that. I'll tell you that now. Look, if you want to make a contribution to it, don't put your card on file. Okay. If you want somebody else to sign up and you want to make a contribution, give them some cash towards it if that's what you got to do to get them to sign up that first month. But I wouldn't even encourage you to do that. We're not looking for people that we got to talk into buying something, just like we're not looking for people that we got to talk into getting funded, right? We're looking for people that this is really a great fit for. My first two clients on the program are two clients that I would normally say would be a hard sell because they're skeptical and they typically aren't buyers, right? But both of them bought this because they saw the need. And when I presented the value to them, right? I not only did I say, hey, are you, one of them, I asked specifically, I said, hey, are you spending more than $20 a month on prescription meds? And he goes through in his head and he says, yeah, I'm spending about $70, right? And I said, oh, cool. I said, I bet we can probably save you money and get that prescription cost down to $20 a month, but we'd need to check your medications. He looks at me and he goes, well, how does that work? And I said, well, we have a free pharmacy where literally everything is free if it's on the generic formulary list. They do a 90-day supply, mail it to you if your drugs are listed for free. And he said, huh, we'll have to check that out. So I gave him enough information to where he was wanting to know more, but he wasn't the one pushing it, right? So I came back around a couple of days later and I said, remember the other day I asked you about your prescriptions? I said, do you have a minute where we can look those up? So now I'm offering to go through the formulary list with him to show him what we cover. And sure enough, all 5 medications were on the free formulary. Well, he signed up. He and his wife both did. She doesn't even take medications, but she decided to sign up in case she ever needed anything. And they're taking advantage of the over-the-counter discounts, but he's already gotten his first month's shipment or first 3 months shipment of his drugs. I asked him the other day, have you gotten any of your medications in? And he said, yeah, we got a package yesterday. So it works. I posted a picture of my friend's medications that came in. It works. I posted that so you guys could see. Here it is in a box, 5 bottles from America's Pharmacy Source and 5 bottles of vitamins that came in. And it was just really a simple process. The pharmacy takes it over. So we need to dive in and dig in to start getting customers. The best way to get your experience and get your feet wet with this is to sign somebody up, sign one up and tell them, hey, you're my first customer. It's okay. It's a brand new service, right? So you don't have to be an expert, and just go through that process and say, I'm so excited. I know I'm hearing stories about how great this is and how many people are saving money. And one guy had 11 prescriptions that were on the list. Now he's getting them for free. So I'm excited that you're going to sign up and take advantage of this savings. But honestly, you're my first customer. So excuse me if I don't know all the answers to everything as we go through this. That's how it goes, guys, with everything that we do with DAC. There's always a first. I had a first funding customer. I had a first payment processing customer. I had a first ERC. I had a first flat fee RX. I had a first healthcare. I've had a first of everything that we market here. And that first time is always a little bit of a stumble and not quite sure what the next steps are. But after you do one, the next one is easier. And then after you do about 2, then the third one is a breeze and a piece of cake. And after you've done 3 or 4, you're ready to train your whole team, right? So that's all it takes, is just one step at a time, getting the ball rolling. Okay. Anybody got any questions or comments? We'll wrap up if you don't, because I'm not going to sit here just to hear myself talk. I'm here to answer questions. All right. Sherry, thank you. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Ken, yes.
Oh, good. It works today. Okay. I had to buy a new
Yes.
headset. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
My question is, I noticed the formulary is in the back office. I think you can download it or something. Is that updated automatically as it
It
is?
should be. And, the one that we have in the Agent Resource Center, I'm a little hesitant to use that one. It's great that it's there, but I prefer to use the one directly on the website, because
Okay.
our website is actually maintained by My Free Pharmacy, right? We have co-branded it and helped build that page out, but the content on there, and when it connects over to them for the order process, that's actually their website. So I'm
Okay.
more comfortable using the formulary that is on our RX page. So that's a
Okay.
good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, you
That's
bet.
it.
Good question. Thank you. Anybody else? Questions, comments, feedback, concerns? Saying out loud what your goals are. Anybody? Nope. Anything in the chat there? Gosh, you guys are quiet tonight.
Yeah, they are. There's not a single thing in the chat.
I
At least
know, right?
I have access.
Wow, I must have done an amazing job, covered everything that you could possibly have ever asked. That's what it is. Absolutely. That's what it was.
Yeah. Before I forget, next Monday is Christmas, the following Monday is New Year's.
Yep.
Are we
Yeah. So no, there won't be this Zoom nor the Monday Zoom next week. I don't know if we'll have Tuesday. I doubt it because Jake will probably be on vacation. A lot of people are going to be on vacation between Christmas and New Year's. Companies, we'll just have to play it by ear on that schedule. But as we roll into the weekend on Friday, the agent Zoom on Friday, David will know what the schedule is going to look like for the following week. But it's not time for you guys to take off completely. Yes, enjoy some time with your family, your friends, your loved ones. But as you're having those close conversations, don't you think that if you have friends or loved ones that are paying high cost for prescription drugs, that that's not helping them and showing them that you care about them by introducing them to this program? Again, we're not selling it. We're selling the benefits of it, right? And if the benefits of what we have to offer and the cost of what we have to offer outweigh the cost of what they're spending now, right? The benefits of it are going to save them money, then they would be buying it themselves. They'll sell themselves on the program if it works for them. So don't try to put a square peg into a round hole. People are going to buy this if they see the value in it.
Yeah.
All right.
Ellen, I was actually asking partly because we normally do our Zooms on Monday nights. Are we going to skip 2 weeks or are we going to do something at another time?
Well, we'll skip 2 Mondays. I don't know. We may do something at a different time. That will be a to be determined. I mean, we were
We had
doing some
forgotten
of
to
these,
talk about that.
yeah, we've done some of these impromptu Zooms, and we'll get the word out if we see a need or an opportunity to do that for sure. But I'm always available on emails. I may not be able to reply quickly, but you know, you've got layers of support here when you need it. All right, anybody else? We're gonna wrap up then. Thank you, those of you that are on camera. Good seeing your faces tonight. Thank you for being there. Yeah, thank you. And Harlequin, I always appreciate you and you being here as a co-host each week. So I look forward to rolling into 2024 with some amazing things going on in everybody's business. All right, guys, thank you for being here tonight. We will see you tomorrow, hopefully, on the Zoom with Jake at 11:30 a.m. DACzoom.com. Come learn about our Clear Share Healthcare. All right. Take care,
Happy
everybody. Have a great
holidays,
night.
everybody.